Yo, functioning in the current year. Having a somewhat functional stream in 2017. Come on, let's go. Work. No longer hosting. Okay, it's working. Oh shoot, people okay host me. Let's go. Okay. Let's go. Tweet that out. Send that. I should really probably get notifications. Like do a thing so I can send all the notifications at once, as opposed to sending them all separately. But you know, sometimes being efficient is easy. You're already getting reacts to things that I sent. Let's go. Oh shit, I got a lot of Twitter notifications because people are going ham on a tier list. Just a few more. Advertising living spaghetti out of the stream, of course. Because why not? Alright, I think we got all the notifications set. Fight me, Aaron. Alright, is that all set? Hopefully. Oh geez, I'm getting a lot of notifications from people arguing about a tier list. Okay, I think we're good. Right. Oh, fight me? I mean, you won last time. That's gonna change. I'm just gonna give people a moment to show up. It's actually kind of crazy. I was thinking back about this season, how there's like so many people. I mean, you're not really included there because like you won pretty convincingly, but like there's so many people this season that like I almost beat, but then I barely lost to. That's gonna change. That's gonna change. If you don't SD, that was only game 2. Game 3, I'm just like, shoot, I don't know. Give yourself some credit. You outplayed me. Game 2 was just whack in general. Alright. Yo, Sonic Dittos? Oh, jeez. I'm gonna stop buzzing. Oh, shoot. I gotta tell Sofa about plans for Big House. Hold up. Before everything goes ham. Okay. Sonic Dittos are bad. I mean, I have no idea what... Oh, I double SC'd? Yeah. I have no clue. Sonic Dittos, I think, are kind of interesting just because I have no clue how they work. So I push fucking Sonic Ditto analysis. I do what I want. Can't stop me. I've already brought down the stream. Push block ends, it's on me. I don't know why I'd be proud of that, but I don't know. But like I don't understand Sonic Ditto, so that's why like I was interested to look at it. Because I remember I was commentating this match and it was I don't know. Commentary was bad. Me and Kimberly's like, what does this character do? Okay. So I don't really have too many notes on this. I'm going to try and wing it a little bit more, and then also with the focus on going fast in the current year. Fortunately, I asked Stardust to give me give me a quick write-up on how to play the Sonic Ditto, and he gave me a lot, so we're just going to apply that to this match. So for the most part, the idea So for the most part, the idea is that for for the most part, the idea is that Sonic is really good at stuffing approaches. Well, okay, it's how the Sonic matchup is always played is that you're trying to bait him to spin dash because spin dash is punishable. Sonic is pretty good at covering landings with catching people's aerials with invincible spin dash hop, or catching Sonic's landings after he up Bs with his own up air because his up air has a pretty decent disjoint. Speaking of which, I should probably pull up the oh, I can get my things out of there. I can pull up, what is it? Sonic Hitbox. Sonic Hotbox visualization. Oh dear. Sonic Hitbox visualization. Because, yeah, Sonic's up air has a pretty decent disjoint, if I recall correctly. So, you can use that to catch landings. So, yeah, again. It seems to be all about baiting spin dash. And the way Stardust said that Sonic does this is you either, boss battles bracket links, let's go. You either, well, the two things he's talking about is you either run off right in front of the Sonic's face and start spin dashing, because most likely they're, like, especially if they're spin dashing, I think they're going to either jump into you and you can beat it out with your invincible spin dash, or they're going to shield and then you can shield cancel and sort of reset and see what they do. And then once you notice that they're shielding a lot, once you see them, like, do a spin dash and not, like, throw it, like, and you think they're not going to throw it out, you can run in for the grab. And then try and extend your punish as far as you can. I believe that's how it went. Matchup is a neutral. Camping an optimal way to play the matchup. Well, most people view that as aggressive baits. Just making sure I have it all in mind. Yeah, so basically between the mixed threat of grab, which triggers a spin dash attempt, or spin dash, which triggers a shield, which grab beats. You're trying to bait out the spin dash and then punish it with your own. Anyway, let's go. First off, I don't think you're watching Keats. Yeah, I can actually check. Yeah, you're not watching, but first off, Keats, someone taunts. I don't care if they're your friend. Did you watch the, did you watch, I don't know, I guess, no point in asking because you're not here, but, in Static Manny's, I think that's what his tag is now, Static Manny's interview with, after Showdown Battle Royale 2, his interview with Lord Sturm, he's like, doesn't matter how bad you think you are, or you make yourself seem, you sit down next to me in tournament, you're a threat. And I like that idea. Because that means you don't sleep on anyone. Because you're always, like, you should always be, like, at least somewhat scared of everyone. And in this case, doesn't matter if your friend's a Stardust, he taunts you, hit him. Because that is a free punish, and he's giving it out to you. And you're just like, okay. Well, the moment he hits the taunt button, he's either like, okay. No, the moment he hits the taunt button, he thinks you're dumb enough to taunt mid-match. You can't let him do that. You gotta take advantage. Anyway, that aside, what did I miss? Let me make sure I remember all the hotkeys. Forward, back, frame advance. Okay. So yeah, hit him right there. So right off the bat, you catch him with one. Because you catch him dashing forward. That was actually... That might have actually been a pretty solid read. Like, whether it was intentional or not. Because it's like, every time he was shielding, he was dashing out as soon as he possibly could. And so you started charging spin dash, and then saw him spin dashing. And then you saw him started spin dashing, and you saw him shield, and then immediately punish the dash forward, because he couldn't shield then. He was just dashing back and forth. So that was kind of cool. But okay. Anyway. So yeah, the moment you see Sonic up B, I know this from Fox, it works with Fox, it works pretty well with Fox, I don't know how well it works with Sonic, but Imagine it works pretty well. The moment you see Sonic up B, you start walking. Don't jump, don't do anything, just walk, get ready for him to fall into up air range, and then once he's there, you up air him. Because, like, this fair accomplishes nothing, it looks like, unless you did it as a read and not expecting him to up B. Wait, shoot, did we miss it? Yeah, we did. Okay, up throw. So yeah, he immediately jumped up, springed. One thing, I guess while we see this situation right here, it's not exactly the same because you didn't hit your shield, but one thing Stardust did mention is that if you think Sonic is just gonna jump like out of spin dash when he hits your shield and like up air or whatever, short hop back air beats it, but I think I'd imagine, I don't know the frame data on the jump and it's not listed on Kurogane Hammer. Actually we could check the document, but I don't think Sonic, I don't think, because back air is not the fastest, I don't think you can back out of shield is a true punish if you if you react to the side B, the spin dash in your shield. But if the Sonic like up airs or something, it's gonna connect. That said, I don't think, I'm not really sure how good of an idea it is to go for it because you could just wait and try and catch his landing with up airs or pivot grabs or whatever it's called, spin dash. Hold up, no, that's not the right thing. All the way to the end. Where's Sonic? There's Sonic. Okay. Spin dash, jump. Start up to lag 14 frames. Spin dash, hitbox. Oh, does jumping out of spin dash have a hitbox? Or is that when? Okay, apparently it does. Although 6 frames of block stun doesn't seem right. Oh, that's hit lag. That's shield hit lag. 3 frames of block stun. Okay, that looks right. Thanks, Aaron. See ya. So does have a hitbox. 3 frames shield stun. Short hop back airing as Sonic takes 5 frame jump squat plus back air comes out frame 13. Oh yeah, okay, that's not gonna be a true punish. Up air to shield might be, but I'm not sure if up air reaches far enough. See if we can find it somewhere here. I apologize for the poor quality. I don't feel like buffering this at a higher one. Where's aerials? Here's up air. Let's view this. This is why we don't use YouTube videos to analyze anymore. Yo, is there no hitbox shown on this? Bruh. Okay, there we go. So that's back air. And that's up air. And then back air is that big. So it seems like it doesn't extend out too much further. So up air might actually work to catch it. I don't know. That's something that is probably best left to testing on your own. So anyway, you let it back down. Okay, I guess not. Because you catch his landing with a spin dash, although I don't know why. Okay, I guess he wants to try and drift past you, but it didn't work. So you caught him with spin dash. Reset your punish with an up air. I feel like if he starts fast falling here, you can react. If he doesn't immediately jump and then you spin dash. And then if he does do a double jump. Okay, I guess if he falls and it double jumps forward, he can get behind you. But then you can just up. I think in this situation right here, after that, you just jump and up air him again. Because you'll probably beat out the Nair. Nair doesn't have invincibility, right? I saw green on the hitbox thing, but Nair, yeah, okay. That's good. Right, we don't have to be spooked. Let's see Nair hitbox. Okay, nothing spectacular. In fact, it gets tiny. Yeah, so up air is probably going to beat out Nair because up air is pretty big. So I feel like in this situation, you don't wait for him to land because, I don't know, he still has the option to cross you up. And when spin dashing in this situation, when they're landing, is a pretty heavy commitment because you have to, you either release it, which is laggy, or you have to shield, which is laggy. So I feel like the call here is just like short hop up air and intercept the immediate fall. If he double jumps away, you can chase him. Because what is it? Sonic short hop. Throw off fast fall 27 frames. So yeah, you can like throw up air and then fast fall back down. In 27 frames, you'll be able to act again. Whereas spin dashing, however long you hold it, plus I think it's 11 frames when you hold shield before you can drop it again. I don't have it written any. Actually, I might be able to find this somewhere. I think I have this. Did I not save my matchup write-up for Triv that I did that one time? I guess I didn't. I'm just gonna go ahead and assume it's 11 frames right now, which I guess Shorehave is less than. But I think it's just you can more easily adjust up air to where you need it. Whereas spin dash, once you do it, you do commit to the one direction, and then the next spin dash, if you want that to come out, so let's just turn on the volume just in case. It's gonna end up. It's gonna take a while to come out too. So I don't know. I like up airing better. Anyway, he gets back down. Did he just up or out? Oh, wow. That is interesting. You speed at him, and he... Oh! Wait, no. You have the light blue Sonic. I gotta remember that. No, yeah, he up aired out, right? What? I am confused. Okay, he jumps. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. You get hit, because he was invincible. And then he just immediately... Oh, he just does the jump immediate up air, I guess. And that ends up catching you, which is interesting. Goes for the falling back air, doesn't connect. Again, resets to the spin dash situation. Clanks. I feel like, okay. Well, we'll see how this plays out later and see if there's anything to talk about how you deal with the corner. Because, like, this situation right here, if you notice Sonic start moving, well, at this spacing, maybe you probably can't react. But, like, no, at the spacing, you can probably... I think what you would want to do is, because, okay, at this spacing, assuming neutral position, which we'll get to in just a moment, I think. Because he's starting spin dash. Oh, okay, you guys clank a bunch. And now we're in this situation. Okay, you guys both being in a neutral stance, I think... So right now, you can't react to him running up and grabbing. But let's see, if he does it immediately and you spin dash, he probably ends up winning. Because it doesn't start moving until frame 17. Let's see what the invincibility on that is. Just to be sure... When we attack spin dash 17 intangible frames 1 through 6. And that's once you can't release it for the first 17 frames. Because, okay, the mix-up is he runs up immediately grabs. Which beats, I guess, the spin dash. Unless you release it. In which case you have to call the exact time he runs up. But, like, that's... I guess if he has a read, it's a commit worth making, but if he doesn't, it seems like an unnecessary risk, so he's probably just going to wait, especially this early in the match. So I feel like what you want to do the moment you recognize that he's in the corner, unless you have some sort of idea that he's going to go for the grabs, he's much more likely to just wait. So I think what you do is you prepare for waiting, and your goal is to decrease his burst range, so you do that by baiting him into shield, because once he has to hold shield 7 frames to drop and then start running, then you probably can react to him trying to dash up and grab you. So in this situation, once you're cornered and you have it, and it's most likely that Sonic, well, yeah, once you're cornered and it's most likely that Sonic is not going to immediately go in for a dash grab, I think you just spin dash and then shield cancel. The moment he sees the spin dash, it's a good idea for him to shield, and then you shield cancel, and because he's going to be shielding and reacting to your spin dash, you're probably going to be able to drop shield sooner. And then he's in shield. And then you can act much more freely because his burst range is much smaller. So then he can't run up and grab you immediately. He's in shield, so you can react to him dropping shield and like run up and spin dash on his face again. Or what you could do is like run up, spin dash, cancel, and then roll, like Run up so that when you roll behind him, you actually end up behind him, and that might be one mix up. Or you just run up immediately grab, but most likely he's gonna get away first, or you just run past him, which would work too, especially if there's already a shield. Unless he, well, I don't know. He might be able to react to that and grab. Probably not, but I don't know. I think the idea of just getting a little bit closer, so he either has to back off and respect your invincible spin dash hop range, or get to a range where you can spin dash, cancel, and roll behind him would be, I think, ideal. But because right now you can't escape his burst range because you're in a corner, your goal is to make him shield so that reduces his burst range. And spin dashing then makes him shield. Okay, anyway. Jump over, he catches with an up air. That was a nice up air. Okay, there you do catch his landing with fair, which I guess fair is interesting because it probably leads into more, I guess, because like you can do like fair trains, although you don't really follow off. What do you do after you see the spring? You immediately start running again. Once you see the spring, if Sonic does anything like juggling Fox, sure, would. Thanks for the request. I'll try and do that. I stream every 2 weeks. So it's either gonna be 2 Mondays from now or next week because I'm on fall break. I might stream a little bit more often. But yeah, I'll definitely take a look at that. Whichever one you prefer. I definitely don't have any clue how Game & Watch works. Wario, I understand a little bit better, but still not very much. So yeah, that would definitely be a fun idea. Thanks. Also thanks for tuning in. Anyway, yeah, if Sonic Ditto, if juggling Sonic in the Sonic Ditto is anything like juggling Sonic as Fox, the moment you see him up B, again, I repeat it, you want to start walking. Because you can your walk is fast enough that you can easily follow Sonic wherever he goes. And see, the problem is once you commit to a run, the only way you can stop is either pivoting, which Sonic does have a fast pivot, or jumping, or shielding and rolling. I mean, shield stopping. Jumping, shield stopping, pivoting are all much laggier than just walking and turning around. And Sonic's drift isn't good enough that he can outdrift your walk, so you can pretty much just go wherever he goes and react. Okay, anyway, nice fair. This was interesting. Because, like, it definitely looks close to working, but I guess if you short hop the back air, it might have worked, but you try and full hop. I guess, yeah, full hop I don't think actually covers anything here. Unless you like homing attacks, which I don't see Stardust do too often. Because, like, okay, yeah, they're double jumps, which he gets away from the up B. He has enough time to aerial, so he'd have enough time to, like, air dodge and do anything like that. So he'd fall past the back air as he does right here. So yeah, that probably might have just been a flub, but short hop back air definitely would have been the call there with seeming with what you're looking for. Anyway, you roll out of pressure. That was awkward. It was unfortunate because you probably could have gotten a grab out of that. But you just roll away, and then he does okay, that's a really weird spin dash. I think once he's at the range where you can react to the spin dash, though, because again, he either jumps or commits to hitting your shield. I think you don't even challenge. Well, no, because he can jump like he does right here. You can jump over your spin dash. So if you see Sonic spin dashing, I guess that's another rule we could say. If you see Sonic spin dashing, like he's already in motion, shield beats everything he can do. Whereas spin dashing he can still jump over. Granted, as Stardust so wonderfully demonstrated earlier, you can shield cancel and then short hop up air out of shield. But you can do that out of shielding anyway, and if he keeps going forward, he's gonna get hit anyway because he's gonna hit your shield. So I think for the most part, shielding is just a better idea. Yeah, just send me we're friends on Facebook, or I guess you can DM it to me on Twitter or something. Send me a specific link, just because I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to forget about it if you post it here in Twitch chat. But yeah, a specific link would be helpful. Okay. Anyway, what was the awkward situation that happened here? So then you spin dashed in. I guess you wanted to roll back and then try and catch his landing, but you were just super late on it. and then you try to get out of the situation. Okay. Ooh, what frame is... Okay, well, okay, I might get into that later. You have him off stage. In this position right here, you try and it seems to jump away. You have someone off stage, shield covers everything. There's nothing they can do to beat shield if they're anywhere near the, like, if they're off stage near the ledge. Because if they try and short hop, okay, I guess if they jump up and try and tomahawk, but that is a hard read. Because A, that only works if you stay in place. So like if they tomahawk, like if they do an empty hop, empty double jump back on stage, you're gonna have to read whether you stay there or like roll away or something. And it's also assuming you don't attack or jump away. So I feel like in this situation, you can react if they just jump up and you don't want to deal with it and roll back. I feel like in this situation, shield covers practically almost everything, as opposed to jumping away, lose to him rising with a hitbox, which is a very reasonable response to this situation, I think. So yeah, I think, yeah, you just shield and then that wouldn't have been an issue. Sonic up air is kind of safe, but like, if he, oh, he does auto cancel it. Man, Sonic's up air is actually sick though. Because like basically vertical Fox's back air, not as good for pressure, but it's still kind of cool. You shield here. Okay, I mean he's probably not landing it. Okay, yeah, that actually might have been like. Okay, I don't know what frame perfect Sonic short hop up air looks like, but that might have been close to it. So I guess that up air connecting on shield would have beaten everything. Well, the moment you see him double jump, he either hits your shield with fair. I'm not sure if fair locks you in. We can actually check this real quick. He either hits you with fair and you stay you get locked in. Hold up. Analyzing all the data from characters, I realized that Sonic's frame data and moveset is rather lackluster without his movement stats factored. Yeah, that's why. That's part of the reason why Fox, deals with Sonic somewhat well, just because like once he gets into a close range situation, Fox just has everything Sonic has but faster. Maybe not F tilt because F tilt's pretty long range and Fox doesn't have anything like that, but dash attack is probably about as safe. I don't know about the exact frame data, but dash attack's probably a little less safe, but it comes out faster. Well, okay, they're not really comparable. But yeah, I do agree. Sonic's frame data is a little bit lackluster. His up air though, his up air is sick. I love his up air. So anyway, the mix-up, let's go back to that situation, the corner. He's shielding here. And so, okay, if you shield here and it does do that up air, he waits a moment to actually act. So, okay, maybe jumping is the right idea here, but like I feel like you can react to the jump and then immediately up air out of shield, maybe. Or straight up up smash might work too, just because that keeps you lower to the ground and lower risk of you getting hit. I guess up smash probably doesn't catch opponents that air dodge through it on the ground. I don't know about that, so up smash might have been the call, but up airing out a shield on reaction to whatever he's doing, because like if he wants to hit your shield in any safe way, he has to do delayed up air, which just immediate up air reaction to him jumping probably beats. Or he has to, or he hits you, I guess, with a rising fair. He's not going to hit you with a rising nair. Most likely a rising fair or rising up air, both of which aren't going to be safe on shield. And I guess, yeah, the question is, does fair and up air auto lock? I imagine fair, I mean, up air probably doesn't, but fair, here, let's see. Up air hit 1, frame 5, hit 2, 14. I don't think that's going to auto lock. Fair, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. Those are less than 2 frame windows. Those are 2 frame windows between each hit, so even though those do like 0%, that's, yeah, fair I think locks. Fair locks your shield. Okay, so up air, I guess, immediate drop up air is a difference. But again, that's not safe on holding shield. I think in this situation, okay, you don't know what he's going to do, so it's just safe to just hold shield here. Granted, he does beat that, which is smart on Gates, and I assume most likely it was intentional. Anyway. Do some nice up airs. Interesting choice to spring up air. Anyway, return to neutral. That seems like a flub on. Yeah, I guess that goes to Stardust too. Just like you don't try and dash back and spin dash. You just shield here. You cover everything. Nice. Okay, the one thing, Keith, if you do see this, Keith, if you do see this, one thing that I'm curious about, why more Sonics don't go for the spin dash footstool stuff, because like I remember back when what's his name? Sovereign used to play Sonic. He definitely had to like use those a bit, and like what he would do is like spin dash footstool, up B, the spring would lock, and then he'd down air back down, and then just either or he drifts back and resets it with another spin dash, or he lands and grabs you. Both of which like gets you one spin dash plus a reset. So I wonder why. I guess yeah. My question is, why don't more Sonics? I mean, why don't you see Sonics do the spin dash footstool stuff all the time? Because I honestly have no clue. So yeah, you're trying to do the footstool thing. He spot dodges. Back or up B. Okay, what did Stardust write about up air? Because you definitely did talk about edge guarding. I'll look on the side. Look at chat. Any move that's plus 0 on shield or short hop is decent. Yeah, Sonic Dash Attack's kind of shitty. Although it is his fastest move out of dash, so there's that, and it does launch him forward decently far, so it does have application like Luigi's Dash Attack has application, but I agree, it's not safe. And it doesn't exactly have a very good reward. There are certain situations though where you have to, where it's a decent choice. Any move that's plus 0 on shield is decent, yeah. I mean, usually if it's plus 0 on shield, that straight up means it's you have the frame advantage. Unless in some cases you're in. Well, no. I mean, if you land in drop range, but I mean in shield grab range, but you're plus 0 on shield after landing, then most likely you'll have a close range move that comes out. If you have a move that sort of frame dead, you're gonna have a move at close range that comes out before frame 6. I guess there's nothing that shield. Anyway, that's beside the point. Edge guarding. Spring games aren't really reliable on Sonic since Uppy has iframes. Don't be afraid to edge guard. Notice how the other Sonic recovers. If they go high, you can jump and bear. If they go low and air dodge, bear covers that option too, but I imagine there's a different spacing on it. Let's see what happens here. Okay, you spring him. Okay, you don't really have time to do anything about it, and you just gotta like your own edge guard situation, so yeah, okay. I think we talked about your ledge trap game last time, and I don't know what we went over there. Sonic struggles at the ledge. Again, he does have the ledge drop delayed fair, which I honestly haven't considered until now, which does throw a little bit of a wrench on things, but if he does the... Actually, I'm not sure if he... What does he do? He immediately up airs. I don't think this up air is actually safe on shield, from my experience. Granted, he does manage to drift far enough. 1 inch... Okay, so... Yeah, aside from up air out of shield, he has ledge drop fair, which is unsafe on shield. And you can probably punish with like drop shield dash forward grab, or spin dash out of shield or something. Well, okay, probably not spin dash, but you can definitely punish it. And then he just has the other normal ledge options that you can either react to, or in the case of jump stuff, preemptively. Yeah. What am I talking about? So he does have the option. So for the most part, without ledge drop fair, Sonic is super exploitable at the ledge because he has a bunch of just reactable options. Neutral get up, ledge drop fair, roll, get up attack. Jump is of course the one exception, but Sonic in the air means you juggle him. Let's see. Let's think about fair. My question is, does short hop fair catch a grounded Sonic? Short hop up air, I mean. I guess I shouldn't go theater mode. I should go full screen. There we go. Go back a little bit. Okay. Sonic probably isn't half as tall as Corrin, so I'd imagine that it does catch grounded opponents. So that's another option you do have, which might be able to straight up. Okay, 5 plus. I think it's frame 4. It's frame 5, so that's gonna come out in 10 frames. Not really. Go away. Not really sure what you do about up air. What you could. Oh, right. Okay, here's the idea. You position yourself further, so if Sonic. Okay, that gives me the option to cross up. But if you position yourself not straight at the ledge, but take a step further, so that if he tries to go for the full drift ledge drop up air, he has to land in your grab range. Or you go for. You just stand there, but that of course gives him the option to cross up behind you, which of course admittedly is a little bit more technical input. So that might make him mess up, but Alternatively, you just wait at roll distance, and then you can react and punish everything. Neutral get up attack, roll, jump, of course, another preempt. But you're even in better position to punish ledge jump if you're at roll distance, and then up air also isn't a problem. What you could do, of course, that sort of removes your option of spin dashing as well. Honestly, sitting at the ledge and maybe spin dash canceling a few times to bait some sort of action. And then, well, no, because that, yeah, unless you release the spin dash, you're not going to be able to beat up air. Corner pressure doesn't really matter in this matchup, does it? Well, okay, it kind of does. Because after he up airs, and if he's outside your range, what he's going to do? He's either going to shield, he's either going to spin dash, both of which leads to grab. He can jab, or he can jump. Ledge trump back air isn't guaranteed. You still can ledge trump him, though. Because that would be ledge drop up air and neutral get up. What frame does your up smash come out on? Sonic up smash. 19. Oh, geez, that's slow. Okay, that's not really gonna work. I guess what would make, I think, the most sense is just wait at roll distance and react to all the to all his ledge options. And in the case of ledge drop fair, let him do it a few times, but eventually gets to the point where it's predictable. And then so when you think he's gonna ledge drop up air, ledge drop double jump up air, you can just actually, if he's at roll distance, ledge drop up air. If you're at roll distance, you probably just whiff punish that on reaction. Yeah. So I think that's what you do. You just wait a legend. You wait a legend. Just react to everything. Anyway, because he does have the option to up air if you just shield at the ledge, which is what happens here. That was an interesting air dodge, dude. Sonic's air dodge animation is sick. Up tilt. Interesting. How much damage does that do? 47, 56, 9. I think, yeah. Okay, anyway, he's in the air. No need to double jump. He's in the air. Sonic's in the air. Okay, actually, I think you just short hop up air. You just short hop up air here. If he double jumps away, you just catch his landing later when he comes back down. So again, Sonic in the air, just walk. So then you try and catch his landing with spin dash. You overextend here. Yeah. Yeah, it's also have a lot of problems just walking there in that situation. If he's not within your jump range, then he just counter spin dashes you. If he's not within your invincible spin dash hop range, then he just counter spin dashes you, so. Again, just walk. Anyway, converts that into a back air. More neutral. Okay, again tries to catch you with the up air. So this was an interesting situation. Releasing spin dash at the time he did. Because, like, you're falling, you have to release it at some point because you'll end up off stage, it seems. So he just releases it when it seems like, I don't know. Interesting choice by Stardust. I'm not sure how much I like it, but it works out, so I might be missing something. Okay, you get back to the ground, more neutral. That was an interesting spin dash. You haven't got for many grabs yet, though, so I'm surprised he's not just shielding more. But okay, I guess you're calling him out on the draw on the shield cancel timing again, because you see you start charging spin dash, and then I mean, really, he should have just once he saw you charging spin dash, he should have just kept holding shield, I think. But I don't know. I guess it works out. It's probably just because you're calling him out on the same timings on his shield cancel, on his shield stops. Okay. Curving landing, nice back air. I feel like half the time people say nice back air just because the back air looks so satisfying when it connected. Okay, try and go for another back air. Again, spin dash you don't have to do. More neutral. Landing a shield. Okay, there you go. Waiting patiently for him to land. This was not... Okay, that wasn't an overextension frame trap in there, pretty much. Then you try and jump up again. Okay, I guess, I mean, it was worth trying. Ended up getting you kind of screwed over, though. So, I know. It's an interesting idea, but he can't react to it, so... we learned that, yeah, I guess. It was worth testing, but the idea is just fall back down again and just reset the situation. Because I think juggling Sonic, what you're looking for the most is just resetting and back into the air. And just repeating again. Because, like, Spring always gives him the option to escape if you overextend in certain situations. So, for the most part, just keep him in the air. That back air was cool. I mean, yeah. Okay, there's not really much he can do about that. Yeah, he can delay the down air, which would kind of be awkward. Wait, hold up, where was it? Especially considering he just springed? Okay, no, he would have the option to delay it down air, but for the most part, that back air covered a lot, so that was a good idea. Okay, ledge drop, spin dash. I mean, I guess you saw him spin dashing. It works out, but, like, I feel like you just grab ledge and, like, neutral guide up. It's a quicker way to return yourself back on stage, but you bait him into dashing, because, okay, you double jump. Okay, now you're trying to get under you so you can, like, shield you in the aerial or something, and then whiff punish, but you just spin dash. So I guess that's why it works. And then, oh shoot, wait, no, he's the blue one. Ah, I'm stupid. Ah, Dittos. Okay, that was a smart. Oh shoot, how long have I been analyzing the wrong Sonic? Shoot, wait, hold up. How long have I been mistaken? Wait, where were we? Okay, there was at the ledge. He did the up air, the air dodge, up tilt, and then... Okay, he knocks you back. He knocks you into the air. Neutral playing again. You're the light gray one. Surprised you didn't get punished there. Not really. Well, okay. When do you start spin dashing? You start spin dashing when he's right next to you. Okay, I guess that sort of makes sense. And you release it immediately, and so you just jump, try and get over him. Okay, then we have this situation right here. Okay. That back air was satisfying. What happened here? Oh, okay, and he pivot grab. Okay, that was what he was talking about. I don't really know if there's much you can do here. Spin dash does stall you in the air slightly, and so does homing attack. So actually, if you think you're gonna get spin dashed, like in this situation right here, okay, from personal experience, I feel like this drift is because you want to try and cross up Sonic, so you don't have to do this. Spin dash. Hi, literal sock. Are you a literal sock? You're trying to cross him up because you don't want to deal with the invincible hop with spin dash. Of course, all he has to do is move back a little bit more, and then you're like right on top of him, and there's literally nothing you can do. So I feel like if you really think he's gonna go for that spin dash, okay, did you just up B? Yeah, you did. Okay, so you don't have a double jump. If you really feel like that's gonna happen, you just stall yourself in the air. So you could try spin dashing and just invincible hopping into the other side. Although there's some glitch with Sonic losing his jump that I'm not entirely sure about. But you could either just try spin dashing and just using the hop after that to try and avoid the spin dash, or homing attack. Because let's see, when does he right? Because he reads that you're dashing and he pivot grabs you. I don't think drifting in is the answer if you think Sonic is going to spin dash, unless like he literally has no stage to fall back on, and you can maybe end up at the ledge. All right. So I guess here's a juggle, up air, and then you spring again. I mean, I guess it was instinctively to the up air connecting, but spring ended up putting you in a bad position. Should have just fallen, but I guess it might have netted a stock at the upper center where you're expecting it to send. Okay, and we're back to neutral. Okay, now he does this thing to you and you try and run up and punish. I really don't know what you do here. So like running in makes sense, and he just unfortunately caught you on it. I guess with that option in the air, see how long do you have to react to that? Okay, you waited and then ran up, and you can. I don't know. That's definitely a hard one to react to, especially because you're moving towards him. I don't know what the better option here is. I think the moment you see him. Okay, well, you already commit to the spin dash. Okay, you see him spin dashing and you spin dash maybe is the issue. Yeah, okay. There's the issue, this spin dash. Because, okay, at this spacing, he's going to be able to react to your spin dash before, like, if you try and cover his landing, so he'll be able to do his own spin dash and stuff it at this distance. And, Bye, literal sock. I'm sorry that your message isn't showing up. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, okay. This distance, he can react to if you release your spin dash, and spin dash doesn't really beat him charging spin dash. Like, if you want to beat that, you just shield. And this spin dash forces you that, like, once you recognize that he's not going to be able to hurt you, you're going to have to shield cancel first, whereas if you shield, you just have to drop shield. So I think the response here was just to shield. Once you saw him spin dashing, you're like, oh, I might get hit if he releases it randomly. I'm going to shield until he falls to a point where he has to jump. I think it would be the ideal approach here. And then what does happen, where you see that he can't do it, he's not going to be able to release it, and so you spin dash shield cancel. That takes too much time, and then at that point, I don't understand the dash back. That too. Like, the moment you saw him go to the ledge, you could have just run forward a little bit more here. I mean, there's the chance that he jumps up, but, like, at this distance, you probably have enough time to react and shield. Anyway, you get hit. F smash. Why don't you... You see him F smashing. I think you just cancel and move up to him. Because you either get a play mix-up with him. Granted, I guess you're winning at calling out his dashes, not really playing, like, any 50-50s. I feel like here, like, he's charging an F smash. Even if he releases it right now, you just run up to right outside his range, and even if he releases it a little bit prematurely, you still have the frame advantage, even if you can't get a guaranteed punish. So I feel like, yeah, I don't understand the spin dash. I feel like it was a bad idea. And then he F smashes you for spin dashing into him. Which, okay, this is an idea I had a little bit earlier. I think that's worth bringing up. So Sonic's punishes don't hurt very much. He spin dashes you once, does like 20%, and then if he can't keep his juggle going, it doesn't really matter that much. So I don't know if this is intentional conditioning, but this is a pretty like okay. F smashing in general spamming it isn't too bad in this situation because like he's center stage. What are you gonna do? Worst case scenario, you grab him for spin dashing, which isn't going to lead to a stock, especially at these low percents. Like the only thing at this low percent that's gonna kill is either some 50-50 off the top, which I don't know the range on, or an F smash as we see. And he's not gonna get F smash for F smashing too easily. Well, I guess you can space it while you can run up outside his range, stop, and then F smash him. But that's so this option isn't you can be pretty aggressive in the Sonic Ditto because there's not too much risk to what you do. Unless the Sonic catches your landings really well, which of course you should be doing too. But given what we've seen so far, there's not too much risk to what you do. You don't take too much percent. So throwing out F smashes like this isn't that dangerous. And then B, I don't know if this is conditioning. Well, I don't know how intentional this was, but okay, sorry, that's aside the point. Interesting idea of conditioning here. Every time Stardust has spin dash canceled, he has immediately dashed again. And so this time, I feel like you release the spin dash at a timing. Okay, I don't like the spin dash because like at this distance, it's not going to hit him unless he drop. Okay, well. Okay, I guess it is a hard read, and you'd be getting those a lot of the time. Catching it if he does spin dash cancel dash forward, which he's been doing a lot. So that's what the your spin dash catches. And so I like this idea from like the conditioning here from Stardust because what he's been doing, he's been taking that hit. He's been taking that hit from you calling him out on his shield cancels, on his spin dash cancel dashes. He's been taking hits throughout this stock, and then at kill percent. Instead of doing dash, shield cancel, dash, he just does dash F smash, and then the F smash will beat out the spin dash to punish the shield cancel dash. So that's one thing you can definitely play around with a lot in the Sonic Ditto because the punish game is like it's not very threatening. You can afford to take hits to implant ideas into your opponent's head. So that's definitely one thing to look into, and very nicely demonstrated by Stardust. Okay, so. From what I was also watching, it seems like taking the first stock matters because killing Sonic as Sonic is hard. You either have to F smash, you either have to pivot grab. I mean, you either have to F smash grab near the ledge or wait till they're at like 150 or so and aerial them. So I think, I mean, at this point, unless you had the conditioning already implanted, I feel like you're already screwed. So, because the punish game throughout the matchup is so low risk, again, I don't know how well it is if you can actually follow Sonic and juggle him, but I feel like both of you probably could work on that considering how little. I haven't been keeping track of it, but like I've got a feeling you guys haven't been punishing each other, juggling each other as well as you could. I mean, so I feel like for the most part, low percent Sonic Ditto, your goal is to implant an idea in your opponent's head so you can get a kill you can get a kill sooner than them. Because getting the kills in this matchup is what really matters. Because once you have a percent lead, once you have the stock lead, if you just play very, the idea is, like, if Sonic runs at you, you throw out a hitbox, in which case with Sonic you can just, like, jab or something, and if Sonic spin dashes at you, if Sonic runs at you to try and kill you with the pivot grab, you just throw out a hitbox and intercept him. If Sonic tries to F smash you, he's only going to get that if you really move towards him and do something waggy. So, I think once you have the percent lead, if you just play super passive and just react to Sonic running at you, it's going to be very hard till he actually manages to kill you. And then while you're playing passive, of course, you can see what his habits are in punishing your very patient play, and then get a few more hits out of that too to give yourself some extra credit. So yeah, I think that's an important part of the Sonic matchup is implanting an idea in your opponent's head of a way that you can kill them later. Or at least it's an idea worth experimenting with, and if it works, it has a very strong reward. Which, I mean, it looks like that's what Stardust was doing. He didn't tell me that, but it might be just a subconscious thing he's doing. Anyway, that F smash was good. Like, it seems kind of... I don't know. Okay, I guess reading too much into it, whether or not it's desperate. But, I mean, it works out. You probably could have covered options better and give him more percent, but I'm not going to get mad at a kill move or connecting. Of course, it doesn't kill, so that's a little bit unfortunate. This spring. Springing in pretty much any matchup is a heavy commitment. I think maybe the problem is you just need to chill on the B button. Keats. Because spin dashing is a problem of seeing a lot of... Okay, I guess the one we were talking about earlier was actually Stardust, not you, but this spring was pretty darn errant. And like I noticed from when I played Morty's Sonic 2, he does a lot more double jumps out of spin dash as opposed to up Bs, and you up B out of shield a lot. I mean, out of spin dash a lot. And yeah, this spin dash here puts you in a bad position. Of course, it does end up working out because he up Bs too. And you have a chance to catch his landing. F-tilt, not really my favorite idea for catching landing when you could just walk an up air. Especially because you can probably... short hop Sonic. Short hop fast 27 frames. You can probably, up air auto cancel like frame 16, yeah. You can probably pretty easily frame trap him with the up airs. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do that. Oh yeah, there's definitely something I want to clean this real quick. But so yeah, you can definitely frame trap him, and he's not gonna be able to really beat out your up air with any hitboxes. So I feel like yeah, there's a lot of other cool things, but F-tilt isn't gonna kill at this percent yet. So you might as well just up air him and reset the situation. Maybe by constantly resetting the situation with something that he really can't beat very well. I guess he can stall with another up B, but your up air is going to hit the spring and negate it, and it's just going to reset the situation. Or you can spin dash, which puts him in lag, and since short hop up air is such a low commitment, you'll be able to probably chase him. Yeah, so I think you'd rather favor just up airing him again, resetting the situation, potentially noticing some habit in the process that you can punish with a kill, as opposed to F-tilting, which just puts him off stage at best. And you don't exactly have the best ways to kill Sonic for getting off from the ledge. You have a chance to get a grab, but that's only if he neutral get-ups or rolls and you pivot grab. I guess if you roll behind him when you get up attached, but that's a weird timing too. So okay, you have that option too. But a lot of the options people prefer, like ledge jump and ledge drop area, you're not really gonna be able to kill too well without without like a back air and F smash. I mean, I guess you have a better chance of killing with your opponent at the ledge, but you're gonna... Stardust is at like 98% when he's in the air, or 114. Nothing's really gonna... I mean, I feel like you just keep juggling as long as you can until he's at a percent where you can just get a really easy spin dash in air or spin dash up air or something to kill him. Anyway, he lands. Again? Okay, so you didn't learn from getting F smash, which is fair because, like, you've only had one instance where it didn't work. Again, he calls you out on you trying to catch his dashes, and he just like reacts and shields. And like again, you do this from such a far distance, and like the hard read didn't work once, so I feel like that means there's not really... Okay, well actually that's not really probably a really good general rule to go for. But again, every time you spin dash, it is a hard read. We went over that in the Fox vs Sonic game. I mean analysis. Every time you spin dash, it's a hard read. And at this point, you've been going for a lot of hard read spin dashes because they've been working, but he's punished you once for it, and you gotta be wary. The moment a spin dash doesn't work, ask why, and then adjust accordingly. Because again, spin dash is a heavy commitment. So yeah, he doesn't really get much out of it. I mean, he definitely could have juggled that better. It's interesting, and you get out fine. So that was cool. Trade with his grab or whatever, he trades with your grab. Again, the hard read spin dash gets you punished. And then you try and spin dash his landing, which works out. It's probably just a matter of knowing your percent ranges, but like I feel like that sent him so high that that wasn't really gonna work too well. And like it almost did, but like I feel like he can react to that coming in for the most part, avoid the kill potential that's there because he gets sent so high. So like you up air him and you just land and just try and reset it until you can kill something really easily. Especially because like Sonic's not very good at landing, so like I don't see why you can't just do that. Yeah, just up air him indefinitely. Sorry. So now for a moment. Up air, spring, and then he gets back. Okay, well, you almost intercept him again there. He double jumps, bad idea on the start as part for the most part, I think. But then he catches you with that really awkward spin dash. But of course, okay, this whole situation is with punishing fair. And then you land with the up air and he jabs you for it. Interesting. Then he goes for the down air. Again, the upper from the ledge. You deal with that by standing roll spacing and just reacting. Again, a very reaching. Okay, not really, because you start doing it when you're in close quarters, but for the most part, I mean, he got the up air, but I guess it makes sense because for the most part, you get that up air, you have somewhat of a you have a frame advantage, so you would just stay in corner pressure with the Sonic, but he just runs away, which is, I mean, also a fine option. Spin dash would have much easier beaten had he tried to follow up the corner pressure somehow, but he's expecting the hard read side Bs the very long range hard read spin dashes at this point. So I think he's just gonna run away and try and punish that, and he doesn't really, but yeah, so it works out. This time he actually runs up towards you. Oh, and you just release again. Up air. I mean, this match seems over. If you can't kill him, you're just doing more percent. Catches you landing there with back air. You can stall your landing if you're scared of getting spin dashed. Well, for the most part, he seems like he reacted here. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, homing attack probably would have worked out there. Up B. At the ledge, get an attack, worked out fine. Hit a shield, good throw that in every now and then because people usually aren't ready for it. I mean, I can understand the back air because it might have hit. Well, not really, but maybe up air would have been better just because I was low flag, but you probably would have ended up getting hit anyway. And then that was a pretty sick back air. I don't know if there's anything else you could have done aside from, yeah, okay, that's just the 50 yard called out. Interesting fair. Doesn't quite work out. Well-timed air dodge. Or jump air dodge, mainly the jump, I guess. And then you have him at the ledge again. I guess you're trying to two-frame him here. Which seems reasonable. I wonder, one thing about dealing with Sonic's up B that I'd imagine would probably work kind of well is if you run up and then RAR, short hop, and then down air. At a height, you'll still be able to up B back, and it's a lasting hitbox that's going to catch. In this situation, Sonic's up B better, especially because he's not really going to be like he's going to ride the wall most likely. I don't know, but you might have been able to throw that in there. This backer doesn't end up working out. Now you're at the ledge. Call him out for trying to stuff your jump preemptively, and you get caught by down air. You don't need spring. Again, Sonic's super high in the air, you just walk. You don't need spring. So that's what we have from this game is A, when you have Sonic at the corner, just stand at roll distance and react to most things. Eventually, you'll be able to, like, after that situation, you're not really losing anything, but, well, you're losing a little bit of advantage by letting it back from the ledge, but eventually that's going to lead to punishable habits, especially if you neutral get ups a lot. You're going to be able to grab that, which gives you the option of killing. And if he does a ledge drop up air, you can if you can't react and F smash it, you can still preempt and F smash it probably, which again is a situation to kill Sonic. So that's a good place to implant your ideas for how to kill him. And then the other idea is don't up B unless it's a 50-50 for the most part. I don't up B unless it's a 50-50 or to avoid a bad situation. Even there, you should make sure to mix it up. And then the other idea is that you should stop spin dashing so much. Because the hard reads were working, but you ended up getting conditioned. And yeah, I mean, we've been over that plenty of times. Spin dash is a hard read, don't spin dash a lot. I could talk about playing more what Stardust you just a neutral, but I already sent you that write-up, so you can just read that and ask Stardust, because it'll be able to explain infinitely better than I ever would. Dude, that face, that face Stardust has is actually hilarious. You know, Stardust looks very funny and friendly. Anyway, oh look, it's me doing mediocre commentary. Now let's go, dude. There's so many people here. I love these shots where it just looks so crowded. Got Brandon Cell sitting in the background, A Star, and someone I can't recognize talking. Anyway, Butter sitting there. Game 2. Shame we missed the beginning, but okay. Still the hard read side Bs. You do catch his landing there. I don't like the spin. Well, okay. Spin dash isn't entirely stupid. Run off the platform, spin dash. If he tries to follow you on the platform, you catch him. You don't get punished for it, but that was very nicely timed. I mean, I think the counter is just to run under him and react to see what he does. Because he's going to have to do something eventually, and you can react for the most part, neutral, get up, roll, and roll in the other direction. Probably not neutral, get up, and then roll in the other direction, but you could probably place an up air to cover both options. And then up air also arranges get up attack, so you won't get hit. Oh, shoot. But yeah, anyway. I think, yeah, okay. Once you see the spin dash right here, back air isn't going to cover anything. That back air covers literally nothing. Once you see him spin dashing, shield. Shield covers everything once you see him spin dashing. Worst case scenario, he shield cancels, but you don't lose anything for that. So it catches you, air dodge back through. Wait, was that a nice ledge cancel air dodge? Oh, and it just ran off a legend side beat. I feel like these spin dashes actually are kind of unnecessary. Because, like, he's above you. So you might as well just land and get ready to up air. Whereas spin dash puts you in an unnecessary lag. And this spin dash ends up being, like, you try and do it and you show off up air anyway. So you might as well just land because it's less of a commitment than spin dashing. Okay, back to neutral. Oh, well. I'm sick. It's only been like an hour and we're already through game 1. Woo. Going at a normal pace. Never mind. One day I'll get faster at these. Alright, what happened there? Are you just catching with the back there? See here. He spin dash. He has to spin dash. It's okay. I don't like the fair. It's not okay. No, it's not stupid. But fair. And then you see him spin dashing. Your shield covers everything. Boom. Get a hit. And then you're up on the platform. I have no idea what this uppy is. And I don't like it at all. Don't uppy. You didn't have to. There's very little he can do in this situation to actually hit you aside from like maybe spin dash, but you still have your double jump. So, oh, actually you might not. Yeah, okay, you don't have your double jump, but like you could have just drifted back if you didn't want to get spin dashed or something. Probably. This uppy, regardless, is. I mean, I think once you have him, especially with the platforms right here, you don't need to do the spin dash. Okay, actually, never mind. That's the one that works, but you don't need to do this spin dash after the shield stop, because like he can cross you up with the help of that platform. You won't be able to cover it unless you up air out of shield, which you don't do. And I think you should be able to just react to most drifts and just up air him as opposed to spin dashing. But anyway, beaten to dead horse. We've already been over. Just stop up airing. Okay, he pivot grabs you for that. Almost kills you. Is that a frame trap? Probably not. Unless he gets the right time. Okay, assuming you air dodge in the last possible frame with the up air. So, frame 5, Sonic's air dodge lasts 2 through 25, 31 frames lag. So, assuming you air dodge on frame 5, he can act Or is it up air? You can act frame 4. Okay, no, that's not really a true frame trap. So you probably could. I think for the most part, if you air dodge if you don't get hit by any aerial Sonic does, just immediately start up airing. Because up air is just so big. It's like this situation right here. I guess you air dodge twice, maybe? Maybe he might have been able to actually kill you and you just, like, you were still in line and you just have to air dodge that lane and back to you. Anyway. You punish him for the F smash and then... Nice. Okay, let's see. Could he have done anything there? Not really. Unless he, like, down airs, but then he'll end up in lag most likely. So... Back air was a good idea. Covered most things. Catches landing again with spin dash, although it's just because he back airs. I feel again. I mean, what did back air beat really in this situation? Nothing really, unless you jump at him immediately, which you've been doing varying a lot. It's like that spin dash works out, but like at this spacing, you could just react to the fact that you're spin dashing and spin dash himself. Especially since you've already committed at this point. Where is it? Already you've committed there. You cancel. Okay, you guys start that at the same time. But even then, I feel like... Okay, back air also beats if you try and drop up air, maybe. And that's what he's thinking about. So if you immediately up air, okay, so you can land on the platform and not deal too much with your spin dash, but then you can up air him. If you try and up air, he back airs you. Spin dash loses if he jumps on a platform. If you were to just do nothing, then he can drift away with the back air and be somewhat safe. I don't know about that. I don't know how good back air's auto cancel window is. Let's see. Back air 33. Okay, I mean, I won't be able to really eyeball this in this situation, but I guess dropping, because like, okay, you're gonna, in this situation, if you're gonna want to catch him, you're gonna have to roll this distance anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if they're either the same speed or running as faster. Yo, is that trombone fish? Is that Bimmy Beavy? When's Bailey? Not right now. Not today. I'm sorry. But you're gonna have to dash the distance, close the distance anyway. So I feel like a dash forward and spin dash would be better. If he tries to land on the platform, you still can shield cancel up air. And you get closer so that he can't really intercept your spin dash with his own spin dash too well. Like this gives him the option to potentially do. So I think that would have been a call. It's like in this situation right here, instead of shield canceling and spin dash canceling and then into spin dash, you spin dash cancel and then run forward and then spin dash. Anyway, you catch him. Interesting downer, doesn't work out. I tried back air. I guess that back air makes sense. Accomplishes basically the same thing the upper does, but for some reason that one works out. Probably because you were expecting it to hit. Hold up. Because then you immediately start running that way when it misses. Well, no, there's frame traps here if it doesn't connect. I think another trend that I see in your play that's a problem is you just assume things are gonna, like, when you even, like, I don't know about up air ladders, whether you have the time to react to whether or not the up air worked there, but in this situation right here, it looks like you just assumed the back air would connect when he wasn't guaranteed to be in lag. And, like, if the back air did connect, okay, A, you're not going to follow up Sonic's back air. It just sends him too far and you're not fast enough. At least at this percent, you're not going to follow it up. So you don't really have to dash that way. So I think in every situation there, you just back air and then get ready to frame trap in case the back air doesn't hit. You can't assume the back air is going to hit, which is what it looks like happened here. There was an up air ladder moment earlier where you did up B so seemingly preemptively, but then he fell out, stars fell out of your up air. I don't know how well you can react to that sort of stuff, but I think that's one thing that might be a trend you should look into in your gameplay is how, are you getting into bad positions often because you just assume things are going to hit that aren't guaranteed? And then instead of assuming, can you cover everything and still manage to capitalize properly? Anyway, spin dash, up B. Don't get punished for that. That's neat. Again, neutral, you just jump over him. I don't like releasing the spin dash. Well, okay, what does releasing the spin dash accomplish? If he does a shield stop dash, maybe. But no, you just immediately jump, so you see him spin dashing. I don't see why you wouldn't just shield stop. Because once you see him spin dashing, you know he's not going to have time to dash up and grab you before you can react. So I feel I don't like the spin dash again. Too much spin dash. It's an interesting homing attack. Fortunately, he gets out of lag just in time. That was just really smart on his part. Just that sent you the perfect way and everything. Anyway, he gets out of that situation. He runs at you. Here we have this again. He runs at you and you spin dash, which I guess makes sense. But again, he can shield and then punish spin dash or spin dash himself in this situation. For the most part, you can just shield. You're not gonna be able to grab him before he can react. I don't like releasing the spin dash. I think ideally what you do. Well, I guess. Okay. Actually, I can understand this because what's it gonna do if you release it? I mean, if you don't release it, he has the option to run up and grab, which pivot grab is going to put you off stage. He has the option to read a roll and F smash, which isn't going to kill you yet, actually. Nothing's going to kill you yet, but it's better, I guess, not to give him the information. And in this situation, when you release a spin dash, the worst you're going to take is one spin dash. And again, you guys haven't been juggling each other. I haven't been punishing too hard, so I don't know. So I guess it's a hit you can take. So the spin dash isn't a terrible idea. You avoid giving him information on a situation where he'd be able to F smash or grab you. Okay, up smash, and you get back to center stage, shield it, and then should have up aired. That would have clanked to the spring, covers everything. Or the moment you saw him spring, you could have gotten ready to do something. Because again, double jump. Like, this back air. Okay, I guess you're trying to get out of the way of the spring. That's why you dash and shield or whatever, but like I feel like I don't know. It's hard to recognize, but like what's really good is just walk a little bit to the side and then just roll to the other side, because like he's not gonna down air here. And even if he does, you're probably not gonna be able to catch it in time with the spring in the way. I think what you do here is just you land and then immediately roll to the side and then get ready to catch him, because he doesn't have a double jump now, so you're gonna be able to easily stuff him with an up air. So maybe that's what you want to do, is just roll to the side. One thing to note, what you could try and do if you think it's going to hit you. I mean, let's see how much damage. So, I know with Fox, I don't know the numbers for Sonic, but with Fox at about 75%, spring starts knocking you into tumble. If you crouch cancel it, because crouch canceling is a thing in this game, just not nearly as significant as it is in Melee. If you crouch cancel spring, it doesn't knock over Fox to like 104. So with Sonic, we can see how drastically different that is. RubenDahl.github.io, a wonderful Smash calculator. Because what you could do in that situation is back air. If you think the spring's gonna hit you, just hold down. If you have low enough percent, you can just hold down and take the hit. I imagine it has less hit stun than like rolling or shielding it. Sonic spring. Okay, let's see what percent were you at. That's not it. You're at 81. And he's at 86. I mean, you should probably just get the numbers from 0, because that's probably easy to remember, but 81, 86. Gonna knock you into tumble, barely. Actually, if we change this percent, it might not. pretty soon. Okay, no, that's okay. Anyway, 81. Crouch cancel. Modifiers. No, doesn't knock you into tumble. And if he's at 0, no rage. Up B is going to knock you into tumble at, if you're crouch canceling, at 118. So that's how long you have to crouch cancel. Anyway, let's see at 81%. Actually, let's see at 118 when you can, or like 117 when you can still crouch cancel it, how much hit stun it has. Hit stun. Huh. Attacker hit lag is greater than target hit lag. Interesting. But okay, where's hit stun? 30 frames hit stun. That's roughly equivalent to shielding it. Well, that's okay. I guess shielding is what you do in this situation, and then follow him. Shield and then drop shield and follow him. But anyway, if you're at 81% and he's at 86, 27 frames hit stun. I don't know. It's an interesting idea to play around with. It seems like it's about as laggy as just taking the hit. I mean, as rolling or shielding, but there are better ways to go about dealing with the spring than dashing to the side and shielding, because that sort of lets him land. Dashing to the side and spin dashing, yeah, like you didn't need to do that, and that lets him land. And after Sonic Springs, it should be a free follow-up for the most part, unless he can land on a platform. And even there, you can put an up air in his place that he's probably not going to be able to. Catches greedy back air, jab it. That was a nice, that was bold. I didn't back air you there, but clipped him. Back air is greedy because you can't reach quite high enough with a full hop, but that's just letting you know now. Don't, if you think he's going to the platform, don't back air. Because the up air in this situation, I believe, would have covered everything. I would have hit back into the air. Try an up air here. Interesting homing attack. I don't like the aggressive homing attack because that. There might be a 50-50 where it works, but in this situation, you get plenty of time to react to it and just get out of the way. And it risks you getting back aired and all sorts of other things, maybe. Doesn't really get you with anything. Returns back to the ground. You probably could have. Okay, not really. That would have been hard to capitalize on. That up B. Okay, back to neutral. Nice stopping yourself there. And this works pretty well because it baits you. Baits him in to try and catch the landing. And so I think it was a mistake on Sardo's part. There was probably a better option there, but nice bait. And then again, you try and back air for the kill. I think it makes more sense here because he's a little bit lower. He spin dash hops over it. I don't see what he's going to do aggressively after that you couldn't just run at him again. Worst case scenario, he starts charging spin dash, which you should be able to react to and shield. And he can't really shield cancel it because he's in the air. So yeah, I think, again, I think we were over this in the Rusty match. We went over this in the Rusty match too. You just don't give up a good position when you have one. Yeah. It's like there's nothing to be scared of in this situation, but you give him all the space, even though you could pressure him at ledge, which you sort of still end up doing. But you could have actually challenged his landing had you just kept pressuring him at his landing as opposed to just giving up all the stage. Then you run up, and of course you would have had also more time to set up your ledge trap at the ledge. You try and back air him. It doesn't auto cancel. Seems like a flub, and then he back airs you for it. Does that kill? Ooh, super deep. Interesting. Interesting. Flub on Stardust part. Get down from the platform. And that fair was sus. Because Sonic at corner is gonna want to have the inkling to spin dash just because corner anything aggressive you do gets stuffed by that really. I don't know what that fair covers. I think in the situation you just run up and corner pressure him. I guess you don't see him spin dashing, but like you assume you can make him back and just reset to neutral. I think this fair overextends. The most start fairing in this matchup in neutral is like it's bad, but I guess you learn your limits here. That fair isn't gonna work in catching that ledge jump. Because the thing you gotta remember, general rule pretty much, if it won't catch neutral, get it, but it won't catch ledge drop double jump back on stage, because both of those take about the same time. At least I know that's the case with Fox. They're practically the same amount of lag. So I imagine it's kind of close with other characters too, depending on how you pull it off. But yeah, how does he kill you? Okay, I don't like that spring, but I guess because you can down air, it works out. But even then, he could have. Well, he doesn't know which way you sprung, so there you have that. Okay, so that spring's okay because you could down air either way. You can be reverse up B, right? Because that actually changes everything. You can't be reverse up B. That was a bad spring. Oh yeah, you do right here. You're facing that way, and then you up B the other way. And then you try and catch his landing, and you get spin dash. I don't know. I don't know what you can react to and what you can't, but I think again, I guess in this situation, that's why it's awkward, because like sometimes it looks like you can catch his landing, but sometimes you can't. But here, you guys are both falling at virtually the same height, so like you really can't continue the pressure here. So here you overextend again. So I think you got to recognize when you actually have an advantage, so that you should press it, because it seems like in a lot of situations you don't have an advantage, but you're trying to press it, and then in other situations you do have an advantage and you just give it up. Okay, and then you spring again, which I don't like, but he doesn't punish it because he tries back air. I don't like these short hop backers, but that's not you. Again, throwing out these aggressive spin dashes, which really isn't a good idea at kill percent, because he already killed you once for it. That's another thing. I think you already do it because you spent quite a bit of time there. But if you don't already, just take the time between sets to think through exactly what went wrong. Because I don't know, had you picked up on the idea, on the F smash last game to take the first stock, spin dash is a very dangerous idea. Works out. That doesn't. Do you get back here? Again, very aggressive spin dash. I don't know. You're at kill percent. Spin dash isn't gonna kill at this percent yet. So I feel like unless you have like conditions, like okay, I guess if he dashed in here, it would have worked. But he just got out of lag, so he just doesn't want to get hit. So he's either gonna shield or dash back, both of which end up being spin dash. Catches dash attack. Interesting attempt at the S smash, but ends up working out. It's just a timing thing, I guess. Catching people when they try and double jump back to ledge, though, is pretty darn difficult. I find unless you're like spamming Fox's up tilt. Again, though, I think the idea of raw down airing at the ledge is worth trying to intercept up Bs. Especially because even if it misses, you're going to hit them into the stage, so you have the chance to stage spike, which would also kill. Now you're just flailing F smashes here at the ledge. Okay, you're going to be able... F smash comes out what? Frame 20, actually, I think, so it's a little bit slow. But Sonic's F smash... Frame 18. Roll is 55 frames. Hi, Sickle. Sonic makes me sweat. Well, yeah. Sonic makes us all sweat, dude. He's stressful to fight. He's like, I don't know. He's stressful, but not. And just the least... The least kind of... not the least kind of way. The least fun kind of way. Roll is 55 frames, so if you have a feeling... Also, at this percent, back there is going to kill, right? So you don't need to F smash punch roll, because that's what like this F smash covers. You can react to roll with grab, and you can react to it if you're on point. You can react to it with F smash. So like, there's don't read and punish roll because you can for the most part just react to it. And I'm a bit of a hypocrite in saying that, but that's a flaw I have too. Anyway, he does the up air and works out, and then he catches you with a back throw. Which again, case in point, if you think it was going to roll, just get ready to react and grab it, because this back throw kills. Why does it kill? Oh, because you both retreat. Bad dash back on your part. I think the moment you saw that that he got away with it. You run into him, you get jabbed, but he hasn't exactly been jabbing you too much. Dash back, you have no stage to dash back on unless you run all the way off stage and come back on with the back air, or with the back air up air, which actually would have probably been a really good idea in this situation. Because running through him, you risk getting jabbed. Running off and back airing, you might be able to F smash. But even then, I feel like you give yourself a little bit more time to react to the situation and like act accordingly, and then maybe not double jump back air on, and instead just like fall and then up beat a ledge. So maybe, but he ends up grabbing you, you die. And again, unless you have a plan for killing him, it's over. Especially on a platform stage where because Sonic isn't very good at pressuring platforms. Especially on a platform stage, like it's gonna be super hard to figure out what you can do. And I think he just runs away with it here. Yeah, again, bad spin dash. You can just react and release at the spacing. Granted, again, you're trying to catch this drop. I think you're trying to catch the drop shield dash habit, but it's already been shown that he knows you're looking for that, and he killed you for it last game. So, it doesn't really work out. And then he goes to the top platform, and there's really nothing you can do. As long as he doesn't stay on your backside and just shields the up air, like... And at this point, you might be rolling just to troll you. Because, like, there's so little you can do about this. Aside from just wait. Eventually he comes down, but he has a read on your jump. Oh, you accidentally full hop or something. Oh, he has a read on your jump, your full hopping habits. So he pivot grabs you, tries to spring right you, doesn't work. If I recall, he goes downhill pretty fast. Again, can't really do anything to him on a platform. I think, wait, hold up. One thing you do at one point. Where was it? Somewhere here, you spring. Oh yeah, what you can do when he's shielding a lot here, because like he knows you're trying to up air, and once you've demonstrated that multiple times, instead of up airing, you can jump past him and try and do some tomahawk something, or land on the platform with him, because up throw at that point is probably going to kill that high and at that percent. So you land on the platform with him and then you force him off. If he hits you, not that big of a deal. Spring up air isn't going to kill. I mean, up throw up air isn't going to kill at this percent. And you need to find a way to kill him. So at the very least, you force him back on the ground. You can play the ground game with him a bit and see if you can find a punishable habit. So in this situation, I think you just jump up onto the platform. Fair response to wait, see if you delayed the spring, but he doesn't. Then use spring, which I don't really like too much. I don't like that roll too, because again, there's not really a threat of getting grabbed here. You're at such low percent. If anything, you should be the one. You should realize you don't need to be scared here because you're not going to die, and like it's a Sonic Ditto. Punishes don't really do too much, but he has a risk to die here, so you need to realize that he can die and go for like the risk reward is heavily in your favor for going for kill options in that situation. So I don't really like the roll. Anyway, I'll smash it at the ledge. Interesting. Spring, top platform again. And at this point, just can't find a way to kill him. Up air, fares you off stage. I think that's it. Down air, yeah, it's over. Okay. There it is, just nothing you can do. So yeah. I think what we learn, so yeah, just to reiterate the points. 1, you can, so the first option is to, well, why we're talking about options. Okay, so first point, stop spin dashing so much. Recognize when it's not working, because it's a hard read and you get hard punished for it. So you have to be aware when it's not working and figure out why and then stop doing it in that situation. 2, don't up B when you don't have to. If it's not going to lead to like a 50-50 or a true follow-up, don't do it. 3, be aware when you're actually in an advantage over your opponent, and then so that you can follow up accordingly and not give up. And then also be aware, don't assume your hits are going to connect, and instead look to cover all options in case the hit doesn't connect, like with the one back air that we saw earlier, that you frame trap instead of just back airing and then running away trying to take as much stage as possible, especially in the case of like up airs and back airs. If they're not going to follow up, then you don't need to position yourself properly because if they connect, you'll have plenty of time to position yourself properly afterwards because you're not trying to follow up. And then I think the other idea was Sonic Ditto mess around with conditioning for this matchup because with such a low risk in all other situations except at kill percent, you have so much time and so you have so much freedom to try and plant an idea in your opponent's head. And yeah. I think that's really it for the most part from what we saw. So yeah, I'm gonna take a break for a second, go to the bathroom and refill my water. I'll think about it while I'm doing that, whether I want to talk about more, but I think for the most part, I'm just gonna cut the stream here. Jake, if you're at all watching, I'm sorry that I'm not gonna go over Raito versus Larry. I will get to that eventually. The next time I do a top player match, let's play. That's what I'm gonna try and make it be because again, Duck Hunt is a character I struggle with, or I have had close calls with, versus you and Starmie moves out a close call with the Duck Hunt. So I will get to it. Don't know if I'm gonna get to it right now though. I could. I don't know. I'll take a moment to think about it. So yeah, I'll be right back. Yo, BRB screens. I'll stop streaming soon. I'll stop streaming soon. All right. I am back, and I clean my glasses. And I believe the decision is, there we go. So I asked Jay, and he's like, yeah, let's look at. Yo, there you go. There's Jay. All right, we'll take a quick look at Right Over Larry. Let's see if we can find any like quick things, but I'm gonna give it like 30 minutes at most. Sorry. All right. Fortunately, I already have the match downloaded. So, okay, let's put this away. Let's pull up duck, hunt, dog, duck, hunt, then box. I'll get my phone out so I can take notes. So, like, I can get some idea of what we can go more in depth on. I guess that's what I'll be looking for with this quick, or just get some ideas that are worth looking further into. Please stop me if I start rambling, because I don't want to go to bed too late. I am a bit sleep deprived. Okay. Just pulling up some notes on my phone. No, I don't want to delete any notes. New one. Okay. Righto stuff. What we're gonna call it. Okay, here we go. CEO Dream. Have they played? I feel like they've played again after this point, and like Righto won again, or was that like Arm Saga or something? Okay, let's go. Look at him. Dude, Righto's sick. Like, actually, Duck Hunt Dog is... He's cool. Okay. I guess that roll got that grab because, like, Larry rolled because of a wild gunman. Because that seems to be the mix-up oftentimes. It's either the person shields the wild gunman and Duck Hunt grabs, or the person jumps to avoid the wild gunman, and then you can like fair or something, or space probably some aerial or projectile safely, or the opponent rolls to avoid the wild gunman, which you can also punish. Hold up, how did he die? So roughly the same percent, and re-zero dodge and back airs, and Fox is super light, so he just dies. How does this can work in the first place? Oh, he tried to dash attack. I guess Larry expected a similar situation, but didn't think he would. But I guess he's at higher percent, so he's going to be in hit stun longer. So that works out. And a good 50-50 there from Righto. Dead. How long is the set? Just want to know. 18 minutes. Oh, geez. That's long. Also, one thing I noticed while looking over Duck Hunt's screen data, Duck Hunt's Nair isn't actually a very good combo break option because I think it comes out frame 6, which is actually kind of sad if you're trying to break combos using that. Like, I mean, it's like Cloud's Upper, but like it's not nearly as threatening as Cloud's Upper. Yeah, it's frame 6, so that's one thing to notice. Can is a much better combo escape option if it doesn't, if it like, excuse me, if it keeps you in a advantageous situation. Ooh. That's one thing, I don't know, one thing interesting I just want to note about this fair is that Rido really hasn't been jumping much, so Larry isn't really going to look for that and up smash it, so like the delayed aerial here and there works out, but like I think after he's already seen this, it's not like Rido really can't safely jump too well anymore in near Fox's range. I feel like, okay, no, probably not, he's too far away, and the Wild Gunman's about to shoot, so he can't really just dash through and grab. I definitely somewhat agree with Battlefield being the neutral, like the starter pick in this matchup, because like while Fox gets silly stuff with platforms, killing Duck Hunt is actually kind of hard if you can't just easily catch his landings all the time. And when he has so much space to just go off stage and be kind of okay there, it might honestly work out for him. Because I remember the Duck Hunt I played on FD, if I can just catch it, like when I could just catch his landings, it was just like clean up stocks really quick. But I don't know, with platforms it becomes a bit harder. I'm not sure why though. Ooh. Nice roll. Catch. Again with the delayed aerials. This was a nice can. Just jump out there, because like, oh, I don't know where he got the idea from that Larry would jump, but he did. And so I think it's because he already took that on a shield. So Larry's like, okay, he's going to expect me to, well, okay, I'm not going to delve into the depth of this, but this was a nice read and it looked cool where he just threw with the aggressive can. There's very little Fox can do about that situation. That was smart. Oh, wait, shoot, you can while holding shield, can't you? I don't know, actually, hate the matchup on FT. Yeah, I can definitely understand it. Yeah, that's the question. Can you can while holding shield? Because that's actually sick if you can. Get it? Kill me. No. But yeah, can you can while holding shield? Because you can cover it. It's almost like, I don't know. It's not the same as Diddy holding banana and shield, but like, if you're trying to approach it, it's the same as Diddy holding shield. Like, there's very little you can actually do aside from just wait for can to disappear. Which I'm not sure if it even does very quickly. That was really nice moving the can too, because it's sort of having a can near ledge bust, like sort of break. Like, I don't think there's any Fox in the world shielding over can. Oh yeah, okay, that's sick. That's sick. I don't know. You should, if you haven't already experimented around with just how like you can stalemate your opponent using that, you should look into it. But that's one thing. Foxes. I doubt there's any Fox in the world that is experienced with. I mean, there probably is, but like, it's unlikely that any Fox is experienced with ledge trapping Duck Hunt while can is on stage. So for the most part, I think you can pretty safely assume that if you have a can when you're at, if there's a can on the ledge when you grab the ledge, you have a much easier time getting back to ledge. Fox has much greater difficulty ledge trapping just because of the unpredictable nature of can if you don't really understand it too well. So that's one thing I noticed here. Because like this back throw, it's all right. Because it leads into ledge pressure, and Duck Hunt doesn't exactly have the greatest ledge options. But it becomes like, I don't know. I guess it's just the can placement in general here. What does Fox do off of this throw? Nothing really. I think what Fox, and even if he whiff punishes that, okay, actually, that's a question. Can you hit Canwall? Can you move Canwall and hit stun? That's another question. Because if you can, then there's nothing Fox can actually do to whiff punish that fair. Because he gets a grab here. Okay, it does a little bit %. But ultimately, what ends up happening is he back throws, And he's not going to contest the can because it's jumping right now. I don't know if you can, like, aerial it, knock it away while it's mid-bounce. But, he back throws with the idea it's like, okay, I'm going to ledge trap you. That doesn't work out because he gets the can at the ledge. Alternatively, he could up throw, which, is that a yes as in you can while in hit stun? Well, you can bounce can while in hit stun. Is that what that yes is? Say yes, you could bounce can while in hit stun, just so I don't get confused again. So he can back throw, which doesn't work as we see. He could up throw up air, or up throw try and juggle, but he's not going to be able to immediately follow up the up air because the can is going to be in his way. So Duck Hunt is sort of safe to just land straight down. If Fox tries to contest that landing straight down, they're both going to get hit by the can, and Fox is a higher percent, so Rido doesn't mind that. In fact, he might even get a kill off of that. So up throwing really isn't too good of an option either. And then, like, what other situation is there? What other option is there that you can do? How'd that up air connect? Oh, I just caught his landing. What else you can do? You can down throw. Can is in the way of the follow up. So he can't really do that. And then forward throw is the same thing. Can is in the way of any follow up. So this fair right here, there's actually, like, hardly anything Larry can do about that. The one thing Larry could try and do is pummel, although then you just bounce the can up and just outside of range, and then once Larry throws, then you just bounce the can into him and damage and hit him. So, like, this fair is actually, for the most part, aside from the grab damage, completely safe. Not completely safe, but assuming it's very difficult to ledge guard Duck Hunt when there's a can on the ledge, it is incredibly safe. So, I don't know, that's just one of the things here. When you have the can right there, you can, like, when you have the can right there, to which you can bounce close to yourself if the opponent tries to follow up, there's very little they can actually do. Because, like, I think, what is it? Morty mentioned something about that when fighting Duck Hunt. Also, look at Duck Hunt's face right there. That's beautiful. But Morty mentioned that you can laser to reverse can or something. So you can't play defensive with can when can is out, really. I think what you want to do when you have can out and it's facing the and it's going to bounce in the direction of the opponent, you just want to go in. Because even if they hit you with most things, unless they're going to, like, hit you with an up smash that's going to kill, for the most part, you're going to be able to whiff punish with can. How much damage does can do? That's a good question. Base damage. Oh, explosion does 8. That's not bad. So yeah, I think that's the idea of, like, one of the ideas with can, if you're not using that already, is that because it's a decent whiff punish, use it to especially because for the most part, if you get hit, you're going to end up with in the air, and if you whiff punish your opponent with a can, you're going to be able to hit some earlier, and it's going to knock them in the air too, so you might even get follow-ups off of that. So when can is out and facing your opponent, play aggressive, because everything becomes a hell of a lot safer, or lower risk at least. That was nice. Yeah. There's very little you can do here, because, like, look, okay, you bounce can. At this percent, you bounce can if Fox does a neutral get up, or a jump or something, and it hits him. And then if Fox tries to roll to avoid the can, you're just in this situation, Rido is looking for a roll. He's gonna bounce cans once Fox moves to punish, like, neutral get up or jump or something. And then he's looking for a roll. If Fox jumps, he's still gonna be able to try and juggle him. So there's that there. But then he's looking for a roll because he can just react to that and probably kill for that with like an F smash or a down smash. So that's another thing. Can has some really good ledge traps. And then it just ends up killing you like that. Especially, Can is has some really good ledge traps, especially if you have, and, like, just traps in general, especially if you have a percent lead. Which I guess is kind of hard to get versus Fox. But, like, if you're stuck down and you're a low percent, he's a high percent, you want to keep that in mind for killing him. Also, Rido's one of the few, like, super good top players that I've actually played before. It was at monthly, well, like, the pre-Evo tournament at Evo. Alright, back to Battlefield. I guess you could go to Town, but Duck Hunt is bad at killing, so Town helps him more than it helps Fox. But granted, Duck Hunt has been doing fine killing here, so maybe he wants the the smaller blast zone. But, like, I don't know. I don't know what stage you go to if Duck Hunt bans FD. Maybe Lilat? Or just something big? Honestly, heals off the top. I don't know how platforms help out Rhino, so maybe, Duck Hunt, so maybe Dreamland instead, but Battlefield didn't really, I feel like Battlefield didn't really help him much. Smashville, I guess, works too, but that gives you less space to dance around his projectiles. I guess that's a response from Fox when there's a can at the ledge. Just hit it with a very weak, very fast move before like trying to ledge trap Duck Hunt. That's another thing to note. So Fox's full hop is usually really good just because of how fast it is. I'll read what you wrote in a second. Fox's full hop is pretty good usually just because of how fast it is and how many options it has. In this situation right here, where we have right here, it's like, oh, again, can is active, so you can play a little bit more defensive, but this can covers a cross-up, which is cool. So, for the most part, Rhino can shield very safely right beneath Larry, which is usually, Fox, which is usually a bad idea, because Fox has so many mix-ups that you can do there, with down air being safe on shield, back air being safe on shield, and air being safe on shield, with a proper placement. But because it removes half those mix-ups entirely by taking out cross-up, this actually, like, there's very little risk Rhino's in right here. So, I don't know, that was smart. Ooh. I'm sad that that can didn't connect there. Up throw. See, I think here. Well, actually, if Larry throws him off stage, Rhino might have enough time to get a can back on ledge before he gets the ledge. That's one thing to see. Just see how little time you can have and still get a can on ledge. Anyway, FD transformation can be rough. Yeah. I feel like you have more opportunities to edge out Fox on Battlefield. Yeah. I agree. I think, honestly, at this point, he just needs to be able to trap his landings better and get a situation where he can trap his landings better and then also kill him sooner. So, yeah, Town City might make sense. I probably would have gone with that. This is me. I don't know. Smashville is worth trying, too, just to see how it fares with Duck Hunt at close range. Because your close range frame data is better than Duck Hunt's. It's just the problem is engaging him at close range is hard because if Can is active, he can just whiff punish you for most things with Can. That was unfortunate that you didn't punish that. It was a slow reaction, I think. Actually, let's look at landing lag real quick on Duck Hunt. Yeah, okay, that's definitely just misreaction. Because none of that shit is safe. It looks safe. Especially with the amount of damage it does. Full screen. Oh, go away. Oh, bar. No. You like being here. Go away. Okay. More can stuff. Tries to S-smash there. Larry's getting... I guess he's not test right. Okay, that's the one thing like you can't do when you know you're going to whiff punish by can anyway. You can go for really hard reads because you're not going to get punished too hard. Okay, interesting. But I think you can definitely see here that Larry seems a little bit nervous in trying to get a kill. Because that was the problem last game. Ooh. That was... Wait, holy crap, that's like... Okay, that's because he finished. So in this situation, you don't stop, because then Duck Hunt's not going to be able to kill that. Punish that with a kill. So, like, if you're rapid jumping, the shield, don't stop. Okay, today I learned. That was cool. I think in most cases, there's an F-smash that can kill don't stop rapid jabbing, because otherwise you get F-smashed. Jab, jab, up smash doesn't work. That's unfortunate. Doesn't get the right hitbox. Has him at the ledge again. He has enough time to get can on the ledge. Messes up the ledge trap. Not really, because he also chooses the right option that Larry doesn't exactly cover, but the can definitely probably helps. Because it just makes Fox more nervous and he just can't cover as much. Interesting they didn't have smash there. Feel like he had enough time to react. I don't know. He might be recognizing he was getting an answer for the kill and tried to not do that, but it might be like a bad shift at the current moment. Interesting that it isn't... Okay, he might have just, like... I don't know. Interesting that he wasn't ready for the roll there. Nair. Nair will kill at this point if he gets near a ledge with a strong hit. Can... That's another thing, projectile... Okay, Edgeguarding... hold up. Smash is going to be hard for both in a weird way if Duck Hunt isn't winning. If Duck Hunt isn't winning, though, it's so hard you can't do much at all. He also up-tilted. I think thinking Rido would roll. Yeah, but... Oh, did he the F smash? I guess, yeah, the F smash would have connected in. Let's see, where's the point where he saw the stock? Okay, yeah, that's fair. Shielding, if he shielded, he would have been fine. Okay, where were we? Oh, yeah. I want to say, okay, so ever since I, like, started looking around, like, a little bit of ways to optimize the Fox matchup, and from my experience playing Percy, who at this point, like, despite saying that he used to suck versus Fox, at this point is probably the best in Indy versus Fox. So, here is the general way for all characters of how you beat Fox. 1, optimal neutral is moving around and shielding a lot. At any situation, Fox is going to get less hard of a punish off of a grab than he will off of a... Okay, maybe at 0% off of down throw, you can get better combos than he can off of anything else. But for the most part, running around and, like, very, like, not heavily favoring shield, still just being very conservative in everything you do. Because Fox is looking to whiff punish. And a lot of it is stuff like, while some of it is kind of safe on shield, even then it's like, if it's safe, at least in mix-ups, and that still gives you more options to escape. Whereas if you're not shielding, you just get whiff punished, it's like a guaranteed hit. So optimal neutral, first of all, versus Fox, just moving around and shielding, but just mainly playing, moving and non-committal, trying to get a read on what Fox was trying to do. I guess that's the main difference from other characters. You can't really throw out safe pokes. As projectile characters, maybe kind of, but as other characters, you can't. And then the other thing about Fox is figure out how to punish him as hard as possible, because Fox has an amazing punish game in this game, but the drawback is every character has an amazing punish game on Fox because his recovery sucks. Okay, it's good in that it goes far and like the windows are hard, but to cover. But the problem is the windows are predictable. Every time you see Fox freeze in the air, 21 frames after that, he's going to start moving towards you. And if you put a hitbox near the end of that, by the ledge as he snaps it, he's going to get hit. Every single time Fox starts up being, despite the fact that a up B clanks with a lot of stuff and there's a lot of hitboxes on a startup, 43 frames or whatever, Fox will change the hitboxes and start moving after up B. So I guess that's the thing. Like, the windows are hard, but everything is... You just have to practice it and punch the react, like get the reactions done. So with Fox and the Fox Ditto, that's why like I always like get super frustrated when I watch people play it, because ideally you throw Fox off stage once. If he up Bs, you either catch him with an up tilt or you fair trade him. So like if he up Bs above the ledge, there might be a chance that he has some mix ups that he can make back on the stage. But if he doesn't up B and he has a side B, it's guaranteed death, because you up tilt his side B into a back air F tilt if he's a low percents. Or just up tilt again at low percents. You up tilt his side B until he's forced to up B the low ledge, and you run off and fair spike him. Well, fair trade with his up B, and that always kills. And so, I don't know, what I noticed from the Fox Ditto is ever since I optimized that part of the Fox Ditto, it becomes much more manageable, and it's much less scary to play against other Foxes. Because you can just, it doesn't matter how far you are behind, you throw Fox off stage once and edge guard him and he's dead. With Duck Hunt in particular, first off, catching side B with projectiles is really easy, because it does unless like it's like the first half of the side B, and even then, like that range is pretty small. I've never seen Fox's side B clank with projectiles in any other case, especially because most projectiles are like really long-lasting hitboxes, so they're pretty good at catching side B. So that's the first thing. You can't really throw side B into projectiles too well. So like throwing Can in the way, or probably Clay Pigeon in the way, but that's a little bit more difficult getting out of the right height. But Can and Clay Pigeon and any sort of projectile does a good job of stopping side B. Let's look at your tilts to see what you can, because, okay, that's the one thing about Fox's side B, it is hard to react to. Fox does have the benefit of having a really fast up tilt, so that he, like, the Fox main can react in time to his up tilt. But let's see, down tilt is frame 6. Practice, you might be able to react to the side B with down tilt. you might be able to react to it. Alternatively, what Dittos do is you run past the ledge, and then do a rising lasting hitbox. So like run past rising nair. Nair auto cancels frame 44. I don't know if you'd be able to auto cancel that too well, but it's active till frame 37, so it's going to be active a really long time. So if you just throw hop past ledge and nair, you're going to knock Fox off stage again. And then like you can grab ledge and then just do it again. It's like that's what Clouds do. They have their down tilt, but usually if they can, they're just going to grab ledge, then react to Fox side being and ledge drop nair, and then just grab ledge again and then ledge drop nair because nair like starts really fast behind them. Yeah, and then eventually either you get a read on how the Fox keeps side being to the ledge and you punish that hard with the down air or something, or he's forced to up beat and you down air him. But all of these things can be practiced. Edgeguarding Fox can easily be practiced in training mode versus a level 9 Fox. Level 9 Foxes don't exactly go... Okay, so the first reason why level 9 Fox is because they actually side beat. If you go into training mode and just throw them off stage when they recover, even when you have them set to do nothing, they'll recover with side Bs and up Bs and mix it up a little bit. The side B heights they go for aren't really normal, so there's that one difference, but the up Bs, of course they don't go for like super sick high up B mangles or something. Down air is one active frame spike though. I'll look at it in a moment. Like they won't go for like really wacky mangles, but for the most part they're going to side B at somewhat this height that you normally expect Fox to side B, so you can practice reacting there. Like what I do with Fox, I set him to 30%, roll to the ledge, grab the other Fox, throw him off stage, and just wait for the side B and react to it. And then they're also going to up B, of course, and you can react to that and figure out how to punish it. Fair is active for quite some time. What you could experiment with is how you can trade with Fox's up B. It does a fair share of damage, but if you trade with it, most likely, once he's already forced to use it and you trade with him, most likely he's not going to have any resources left to mix it up. So like that trade will kill or lead to a situation where you have a guaranteed kill. Up B... Firefox hit 8 early, does 14%. It's a lot of percent to take, but if the trade wins and kills him, then it's worth it. I don't know if Hitbox visualization smash for duck hunt. You might be able to trade with it with fair, especially because fair lasts. Alternatively, I guess if a Fox has to up B, throw out a can, intercepts the okay, I don't know how up B would deal with clanking with projectiles, because up B is pretty darn good at clanking. So you could either throw out the can to intercept the high angled up B, and if Fox tries to like... So, okay, here's ledge. I'll do... what's something... edge... Okay, so this case here is ledge. Okay, let's see if I can... This case here is ledge. Fox up being right here. Well, here. So he can either go straight to ledge or like high. And I think if you throw a can that goes this way, you can cover all those angles. And then the only thing you have to cover is if Fox goes this way. If Fox goes like this way and rises the ledge, and you just ready to untechable stage spike him. That's one thing you could do there. You could also mess around with like fair trades, or some other aerial trade. Down air. What do you mean down air has only one active frame spike? Oh, but doesn't the first hit lead into the second hit, and the second hit spikes? Is that how it works? But yeah, the fact that it is one hit is going to make it harder to trade. But again, the timing is the same on Fox's up B every single time. I think it's 84 beats per minute. You can do the math, but like when I was figuring out how to edgeguard Fox, I just had a metronome playing at the rate at which up B start up to up B starts moving. I just had that playing. I think it was 84 beats per minute. So you can mess around there, but yeah, even though the dare might be a hard window, it is the same every time. With enough practice, you can get that every single time. What else could you do to fair? I mean, to up B. Let's see fair. Alternatively, you just get really good at two-framing it, because if he goes from below ledge up B, I think you can two-frame. I never see it happen very much, but I think that's just because no one practices it. But you should be able to two-frame that. Same thing with side B, and maybe one of your smash attacks reaches below ledge or like down tilt or something. Fair. Is Duck a disjoint? Duck's a disjoint, right? And it's active for a pretty long time. Yeah, you might be able to fair trade with it. Back air, maybe. That's in reverse. Back air, same thing. You might be able to mess around with that. Up air. You could try up air drag down, maybe. I don't know if that would really work. Hello, please load my GIF. Fine, I'll reload the page. See how you feel. Up air. You could try dragging down with the up air somehow. I'm not sure if that works. Actually, it's fine. Probably not the up air. Oh, if you have too much air momentum, so the 2 hits of down air are kind of link is what you're talking about. To look at Duck right here is like, praise the Lord. I don't know. I'll leave that to you, but you definitely can exploit Fox's recovery. It is pretty easy to mess with. Especially once he's forced to up you the low ledge. Like, the spikes on there are so free. I was playing Shadox Fox with my Cloud earlier, like the other day. And, like, once he's below ledge, you just run off and just, like, granted, down air is active for a lot longer. I think the spike frames are maybe, like, there's probably, like, a 2-frame window to spike his Cloud. But, again, the timing is... All of Fox's stuff, the windows are hard, but the timing is the same every single time. And you can react to it. So you should be able to just deal with it almost every time, unless he does some high recovery shenanigans. Down air. Down air 270 was probably the one that spikes. I don't know. It's active for 2 frames. Yeah, I think it's probably the blue that spikes. Oh no, it's active for 3. But regardless, you can practice that timing, even with a shitty down air, and get it somewhat consistently. Can again too, can intercept side B well, because it's projectile. I'll leave that optimization to you. Dude, Larry Alert using the big brain. Yo, mid-set coaching? Yo, is that Exax, dude? Exax looks like... I don't know, there's like some shots where he looks really cool, and there's some shots where he just looks like a nerd. Like this one right here just looks like a nerd. Yeah, Exax seems cool. Coaching. More decision-making. Yo, wait, are we still in... Is this a Game 5 set? Oh, jeez. What did I get myself into? Oh, crap, it's a Game 5 set. Oh, no. Alright. Alright. Continuing now, hopefully a little bit faster pace. Now we spent so much time discussing how to edgeguard Fox. But yeah, edgeguarding Fox and playing very conservative neutral is how you beat Fox. Just optimizing your punch game on him in general, because it's not hard. Let's see what the difference is, because Larry wins these next 2 games, I guess. It seems that Larry is playing much more conservatively until he has the can out of the way and then he runs in, so I think he's recognized that. Let's see how this keeps going. Goes for 50-50, doesn't get it. Although I'm not sure if that percent it was. I don't know. Larry probably knows the stuff. F smash doesn't work out. Side B's back off stage. Runs up, walks up. That was good because shield's very low committal option. Just shields the can to get rid of it. So, does can explode... Can always explodes if it comes to contact with things while falling or rising, but it doesn't explode when you stand on when it's on the ground, and that's how it works, right? So like you don't have to activate a button to make it explode when it hits like shield or like the person in the air. It just always automatically explodes, correct? You're welcome. Living. And also with the lasers he's throwing out here, he's trying to manipulate Can in a way that, oh, shit. He's trying to, it looks like even when Can is out, he's trying to manipulate Can so that either Raito has to commit to turning it around, or it's just not going to be there to whiff punish Larry when he gets a hit on, if he gets a hit on Raito. So that seems to be the main adjustment. Yeah, again, he can't, like right here, this is a free back air. Somewhat. But he can't go for it. Because, well, he might be able to go for the back air, but he can't follow up that backer, so the fair makes more sense as the follow-up option. But he can't do it because the can's in the way. Can is good. Can is busted. Reset can. Aggressive fairs. You know, let's treat can like Luma. Duck Hunt is like poor man's Rose Luma. Because, like, you straight up, there's never a situation where you can't control can once it's out. Alright, shields it. Let's trap, nice air dodge. Let's trap air dodge. But yeah, see, Larry, just the can's on the ground, he's not engaging. He's gonna wait for it to go away and then he engages. But that was a good setup with the gunman to end right when the can went away. So that's one thing, I guess, what you use when the can is about to die, you throw out a gunman. Or not about to die, but when you know it's going to be near death, you throw out the gunman. And then, so that when the can does die and the opponent's like, oh, now's my chance to get in, I'm going to run in and get them, then gunman activates, and then they're forced to play your mix-up again. Okay. If the can is in the air, it explodes on contact. If it's on the ground, Duck Hunt has to press B to put it in the air, I guess, so it explodes on contact. But you can always move with neutral, like, even when shield broken, yeah. Can is like Luma with more utility but no kill power. I agree. Okay, there's sound coming in from outside that sounded like a buzz inside my room. Okay. Gets the roll on the backer. Fox's backer is busted for shield pressure. This can is also super good because, like, I guess what... I'm not sure if Raito could probably react to this, but I think fair spiking in this situation is just so hard because Can's right there covering his path. Because Can's right here covering his path, like, maybe if you, like, do a slip edge where, like, you stay really close to the ledge, you run off, and then he runs off and, like, nairs or something, but even then, Raito can react, and then the up B still being in the air probably falls down and hits Larry out of his up B if he tries to run off, do an aerial that doesn't kill, and then still try and recover. Can is so good. Oh wow, that worked. Go for the side Bs when Can's not active, and then Can is active. Can comes out frame 1, right? Up air, and then, okay, yeah. Dash attack and up air. Yeah. Frame 1 Can. Dude, D1 in the background. Going in. Alright, there we go. FD. Huh. Interesting, I'll let him go here now. He didn't go here earlier. I guess it wasn't banned. Oh god, here we go, here we go, here we go. Big damage. Wow, how do you make it out? How do you make it out? Also, I do like the decision from Larry to forward throw in this situation because it's just like the fastest option. So they like it's hardest to react to, but it's still reactable. Oh. Okay, can reversed. Oh wow. Wait, so okay. Does can reverse depending on how, like, what sequence it's hit in? Like, okay, the first hit, like, if can gets kicked to the right, the first hit reverses can to the left, the next hit reverses it to the right and left and right and back and forth? Or is it can gets kicked, I hit it on the right side, now it starts bouncing left, or I hit it on the left side, now it starts bouncing right? How does how does Duck Hunt determine which way can bounces? Or how does hitting can determine which way it ends up getting bounced? It's like right here, Duck Hunt kicks it, and then Fox immediately back airs it, but then the first situation we see it moving again, it's bouncing forward. So I'm confused. Also, if you're not a kill percent, jump can is pretty good because Sorry, I thought I'd snooze there. Because can comes out frame 1 and there's 0 lag on ledge jump, so you can get hit by, if you're not gonna get killed for it. I mean, Fox could go for a fair there, but most likely, oh yeah, he's gonna trade with the fair if that with the can if that happens. So the best you can do is like backer you off stage and then get hit by the can himself, or like I guess whiff punish the can, which may be an option. But if the Fox isn't ready to whiff punish, and you think they're gonna cover jump, you can still jump anyway if it's not gonna kill you and throw out can. Back air probably still leaves you in the corner because Fox gets knocked away, but you get knocked away pretty far too, and you both get to the position a lot faster. But if Fox goes to like a down air and up air or anything else really, to try and hit you right after your ledge jump, then he'll end up trading with can, and you'll probably be able to get to stage faster. So I think basically you can use that as a jump mix-up. Sometimes you jump without can, sometimes you jump with it. And like you could delay the can, or you just jump delay the can if Fox is trying to whip punish your jump immediate can. I don't know. You can explore those mix-ups. There's probably plenty there. That's the other thing about having can behind you is the risk of grab is so much more threatening because you can bounce it into your throws. Sorry, I'm a bit sick. Alright, you wrote something about whichever way the character is facing the can's knockback will send them that way. So if I laser can when I'm Fox and it hits it from the right side, then the can gets sent to the left when it starts getting kicked again. Or is it like, if I back air the can, because I'm facing away from the can, when the can gets kicked again, it'll move in the way I'm facing. But if I nair the can and I'm facing the can, then it starts moving away from me because that's the way I was facing when I hit it. How does that work? Always send them back to you? Okay, so it is like that. Okay, that's interesting. So laser doesn't really mess with can too much with Fox. I don't see what the problem is there. Why Morty brings that up. Oh, right, because you're facing away. Oh, yeah. Never mind, I get it. There we go. Oh, come on, Larry. Just hit the can. That laser was funny. Nair safe as fuck. Can. We live in. Kicks can away, so there's no threat here. Ledge trump. That's kind of, I guess, not really too obvious. It's nice to use the gunman to protect the can so that he can keep moving it forward. Because Larry isn't going to go in until the can is neutralized. And one laser on the can somewhat neutralizes it, so throwing the wild gunman in front of it protects the can and keeps Larry from running in. Kind of aggressive nair there. I mean, he's jumping a lot, but like, he's short hopping, and that's there to stuff full hop, which I guess makes sense, but I don't know. You lose nothing waiting there, so I think that's just what you do. Side B's through it. That's interesting that he doesn't react here, because like, can is frame 1, so it should be pretty darn easy to react to Fox's side B with can the moment you see him freeze. But I guess if you're not ready for it, then you can't react nearly as quickly. Oh, that turnaround grab is so fast. Alright. Recovery, can, okay, it doesn't work. It's also interesting how he's using the gunman to set up the can throw. Like, if Larry isn't already running in when he throws the gunman, then the can gets set up. As opposed to, like, if Larry runs up and shields the initial can kick, the can gets neutralized, and they're, like, and then now he's, like, at a neutral, like, no frame disadvantage or advantage right next to Duck Hunt, where Duck Hunt doesn't want Fox, because Fox's frame data is so much better. So that's interesting. How did you get that kill? Oh, okay, just the ledge drop air dodge. Ledge drop air dodge is something you should definitely mess around with all characters, because it messes up a lot of conventional ledge traps. It just adds another mix-up to it. Of course, using it a lot makes ledge trumping better, but ledge trumping is hardly guaranteed on a lot of characters. I think even then, if your opponent's going for a lot of ledge trumps, it makes the ledge jump even better, and it's already an amazing option. Or one of the better options if you're not too floaty. Nice back air. I gotta stop saying nice backer because I did in the commentary a lot too. Okay, there he gets the ledge from. D1 on the back right. Okay. Game 5. Let's close this out. Nice solid stream shit. It's 9:21. I want to go to bed at 9:30. Lasers and low knockback moves interact earlier, but yes, you are correct. You can't use can for a certain amount of frames after it loses laser too. Oh, so like you just straight up can't bounce it. That's interesting though. All right, game 5. So let's see what Rido's adjustment is. We have more platforms now. Yeah, that was a little bit silly on Larry, but understandable. I guess he was hoping that like we'd kick can so that by the time he landed, he'd be able to cross. He'd be able to land in front of Rido and with the space there. Doesn't really work out. Fortunately, Larry doesn't get a lead, so he can't just platform camp the top platform because I imagine Duck Hunt isn't very good at clearing people off of that. It's nice and air. Unfortunate spacing for Rido that he gets hit. It's also nice and air. Can doesn't have a break threshold, so if I got laser the can, it definitely is a timer to when it starts fuming that it explodes, not like I shoot it at a certain amount of times and it explodes faster, right? Yeah, fuck Wild Gunman. Can is cool, Wild Gunman is lame. But no, it's actually, Wild Gunman's pretty cool. Alright, nice and air. Jabs, tries to follow up the side B, but Rido gets the right spacing to roll away. That was a really nice space in air on shield. Or it looked like it, but he just drifted a bit too far forward, so it didn't end up working out. Okay, Rido getting a significant lead here. Larry's going to have to make something happen. Which, considering he loses, I doubt he really managed to do. Yeah, can't really do whiff punish when Can's on the way. God, that's actually really frustrating. Foxes love whiff punishing. Or at least I do. But I imagine that's why a lot of foxes have a dash attack habit, because they just like, it's so good at whiff punishing, but when you can't whiff punish, it's just like, it's laggy. Okay, again, waiting for everything to disappear. Wild Gunman comes up to set up the can. Can back on the field, can approach. Tries to side B, which works out because he's not ready for it. Rido, I feel like, is going to start catching on the side Bs at some point. He might kill or just put Larry at a disadvantage for it. Larry's still living. Side B's back on stage. Here comes the can. Again, waiting for can to disappear so Larry can engage. Another thing Rido's doing is once Larry gives him the space and just saying, like, get rid of your can so I can finally play again, that's when Rido fairs it or like down tilts or whatever to knock it forward and then continues playing his normal game but just taking more stage. Has a damage threshold, but it's like, but until it hits its maximum explode. Okay. But yeah, that's one thing that Rido is doing now that he realizes Larry realizes he can't approach. With can active. Oh, that was beautiful. It's just like one laser and he gets punished for it. There we go. Gotta wait it out. Up air. Oh, that's unfortunate. Just misspaced it. Probably assuming that if you have to run further, he was going to attack it, and so it wouldn't be guaranteed, and so he didn't really do that and just assumed it would send shorter, but regardless, it's unfortunate. Can't laser like that. Oh, that's another good thing. Like, once, if Fox full hops to a platform or whatever, Duck Hunt can throw the can, like, say he's, like, facing here, he throws the can this way, or he knocks down a can, back airs it so he can bounce it this way, and then approach Larry from this side while can comes from this side, and, like, escaping that situation as Fox is very difficult, especially if you don't have a platform in the way. The platform helps a little bit, but it's still not a fun situation to be in. Back air, nice spacing. Kind of greedy on Rido's part to go for that fair. Looks like it doesn't... I mean, I guess it beats if he mistimes the bear, but he ends up mistiming the fair, so he dies. Fortunately, wastes the can there, and Larry gets in. Nair's out. Frame 6 is barely good enough. Down throw stuff. Goes for the fair spike. Is this it? Ooh. I'm not sure how well Fox's side B clanks, but I feel like in this situation you don't double jump and you just fall with the down air. Or the nair in some cases. Some characters do that and just fall with a nair on Fox. Especially if he's on his up B startup and you manage to land with an air on him. Actually, down air, you might, if you can get to Fox during up B startup, just fall with the down air and you either hit him when he doesn't have a hitbox active, or you just outspace the up B startup anyway, because I don't think it does have a disjoint, but it's not that significant, especially vertically. Because Fox is like tall and not round. 50-50, guess is wrong. Doesn't land on the platform so I can frame trap. Now he's off stage. That was nice. Doesn't manage to catch the side B though. Which is interesting considering he went at seemingly predictable timing. But I guess he has to, if he just waits to react and it's at close of a range. Ooh, okay. If he waits to react to the can here, to the side B with the can here. Here, let me see it. This right here. If he waits till it starts moving and then jumps the can, then it clanks as it does here. But so like he has to throw it out before Fox. I think what you do here is you make the can jump, like right as you see him like jump from the ledge. Because like if he immediately side B's, it catches him, and then if Fox just like ledge drop double jumps on the stage, the can might still be in the air to catch Fox there. But yeah, it works out. And then let's see, just watch the rest of it play out again. And Duck Hunt's kind of cool. Still wouldn't play him. But yeah. Wait, was blood here? Oh no, it's not blood. Okay. So yeah, Duck Hunt's all about the can traps and recognizing when you can't. I want to see you ledge trap with Duck Hunt. Look, I'm not good at ledge trapping. I just like, okay, maybe I am, but it's really just because I've done the research. And like that, it's because like I had the problem killing with Fox at some point. So I'm like, okay, where's the most vulnerable places I can kill my opponent somewhat consistently when I'm trying to force a kill? It's like, oh, a ledge. Ledge, they have super restricted options, and there's a lot of 50-50s or rock, paper, scissors scenarios where I can land a smash attack. That's why, like, it's not because, like, I'm just magically good at it. Like, reaction time helps, but you're just as old as me, so your reaction time should be the same. In fact, I'm taller, I think, so my reaction time might be a little worse, because usually those are correlated. So yeah, you can learn those ledge traps, too. You just gotta chart them. Like, I don't have my notes with me right now, but usually what I draw is, like, I draw out the situation, like with like me in a certain positioning relative to the ledge and the opponent hanging around the ledge, and then draw arrows for all the things that my opponent can do. Usually because like you're waiting for your opponent to do something when you're ledge trapping. All the things my opponent can do, and then all the things I can do to beat that, and see like what options I can use to cover a lot of my opponent's options. I think like the technical term for what that is, it's like I forget what it is. It's like probability. I don't know. I talked about this with my dad the other day. Like, not that specific scenario, but he gave me, we were talking about relative to something else for schoolwork, and he told me, like, what that was. But it's like, it's not a risk management tree. I mean, it sort of is. It's like a probability network, maybe? Or an optimization network or something, and then, like, with the utility added. I don't know. I forget what it's called. If I remember, I'll tell you. I don't think ledge traps through mid-game. The only thing I'm thinking through with the ledge trap mid-game is, like, what have they done? And even there, I'm not very good at keeping track of that. So I'm like, what have they done? And then, what are they scared of? And what do I do that most likely they're going to choose the wrong option with the given ledge trap? Is what I've been doing working, and I should just keep mixing them up with that? Or have they found an answer that's pretty effective to it so that I should switch ledge traps to another one? That's about it. All it is. It's not me planning out the ledge trap mid-match. The ledge trap itself is something I've drawn out in a notebook prior, and you can do that too. It takes like I do it during homeroom. I draw ledge traps and like mix up charts like that. Even then, my mix up game still isn't very good. But yeah, you can chart this stuff out yourself. I just do basic shit, and it's how I get so many kills. But yeah, anyway, thanks for tuning in. I feel efficient today. Unfortunately, I didn't go to bed. I'm not going to be able to go to bed as soon as I like to. But I got through 2 matches, and we learned something about Duck Hunt. I don't know the counterplay, but we learned Duck Hunt. Yo, hashtag heart. Less than hashtag? Okay, yeah. Thanks for suggesting the match. I've never actually looked at this one before, so that was fun. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye. Or as Jeff would say, goodbye.